Hello everyone. So today's video is going to be about gurus. And I feel like this is an important topic because I feel like the guru thing has been a thing for a long time, but I feel like it's exploded even more in the past few years. And this isn't just addressing gurus in India. This is addressing any kind of high-level teacher, even if they're not called a guru. Guru is still a teacher, so it's addressing anyone that's in a high level position that people see as either being an avatar or being someone of very great importance or someone who has such a high level of knowledge and wisdom that people feel the need to surrender to them and to come to them with all their problems and to, how can I say this, follow their teachings and things like that. So I just want to say that I have no issue with teachers. I think that teachers can be an important part of a spiritual journey. And I feel like when we're just starting on our spiritual path, it can be scary and it can be vulnerable and it can have us feeling lost and confused because we're going through all these changes on many levels, and sometimes we don't know how to go about it. So sometimes a teacher can hold our hand through the process and help us to see that it's okay, that we have wisdom within that's guiding us, or we have the divine creator that's guiding us. They help us to get a sense of the bigger picture of what is happening so that we don't feel so trapped in our ego mind that things are falling apart, even though they're coming together in the best way for us. Okay, so I have no issues with teachers. Okay, I've had a teacher or two on my path as well, and they've been a great asset to my growth. They've been incredible. Okay, but where I feel, for me, where I draw the line is where you are surrendering your complete, identity to this person, and it's almost like you can't think for yourself anymore. That's where I have the issue. And I feel like sometimes when people reach a certain level of let's say of teacherhood, where they're holding conventions or they gather large groups of people together to teach or to share their wisdom, I feel that sometimes people can almost assume that the teacher has more wisdom than they do. And that's not true. The thing is that I feel that teachers or people that enter that kind of position have put themselves in a place where if they are a genuine teacher and they're ethical, I feel like a good teacher is someone who has been along the path and has had to deal with their inner demons. They've had to deal with the struggles of their spiritual growth, where it's not always easy, and they've had to have the strength and courage to confront whatever it is that they needed to confront in order for them to progress on their path. So, teachers have a great level of wisdom and knowledge to share through their own experience, but that doesn't mean that all because they're at a certain level to teach, that doesn't mean that you as the student don't have wisdom or you don't have the knowledge already within you. So where I have the problem is where we have gurus that either they make it seem as though you have to come to them for their wisdom and their teachings, or if they notice that a student or someone that's coming to them feels as if they don't have the wisdom, it's almost like where I have the problem is where they're not nipping that kind of thinking in the bud. Okay, and this video isn't really to talk to gurus. It's more so speaking to people that are surrendering their complete identity to a guru. So I'm speaking to those people right now. When it comes to your spiritual path, you already have what it is that you need within you, and there is no need to surrender your power to someone that you feel is above you. Okay, I feel that we all have been given the tools that we need to progress along this path. And I feel like, you know, if someone is having issues tuning into that, that needs to be looked into, okay? It's not it's not so much that you need to go to somebody else to get the answers. If you're having trouble tuning into the answers for yourself, you know, I feel like you can ask for people's opinion, but in the end it's still your responsibility, and it's up to you to figure out the answers, okay? Because if you keep going off based off of what other people are saying, you know, you're not following your soul's wisdom. And that's what this is about. It's about getting more in touch with yourself and more in touch with your own soul's wisdom, because that's the path to truth. It's not what everybody else is saying, okay? Sometimes what people say does resonate with what you need to do. But this is something that I've noticed too, even for myself, that when I'm in the midst of making a decision, sometimes I'll ask my friends for their opinion, okay? And you know, I feel that we are all vessels for spirit. So I feel like spirit speaks through us all the time. And we never know how our words are going to affect people. But, you know, I have a lot of friends that are readers and intuitives like myself. So sometimes, like in the past, I've asked them for their insight, and I've received different answers from each person. So for me, anytime that happens, that says to me that don't listen to anybody else. You tune into the answer yourself to give you your guidance, okay? That's what this is all about. So the point of this video, though, of what I was trying to say, is that I've noticed that over the past few years that the position of guru is being challenged, okay? Because a lot of times these people are put on a pedestal and being worshipped, but I've noticed that they've succumbed to their own humanity. So even if they were under the illusion that they were somehow in an elevated state and they could do no wrong, you know, I feel like life is proving them wrong, you know? So some of these teachers, high-level healers, or gurus have been exposed when it comes to things that they're doing that are inappropriate, or things that we would say that, you know, as someone who is supposed to be in this state, why would you do something like that? Okay? And the point of the matter is that regardless of what state you think they're in, they're still human. And these people are not meant to be worshipped, okay? I feel like I said, they could be teachers and they could give you some advice and they can help you along the way, but they're not meant to be leeched onto. And trust me, in the past, when I was progressing along my path and I had my teacher who was helping me, I tried to do that because there was something there's a fruit fly in here and it's bothering me. But anyway, there was a point where I was going through a major life change and it was scary for me. And I was at a loss as to what to do. And I tried to ask her, like, please help me. Like, what am I supposed to do? You know, this is difficult and I'm scared, you know? And she pretty much told me, like, you know, it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be scared. But you'll be fine, you know? And I believe in you. So she was very encouraging. She helped me to see that I don't need her to make these changes and to eventually get to where I needed to be. So I feel that when it comes to people that are in that position, they need to be encouraging to their students and not encourage attachment to them. Because in the end, that's all you have anyway is yourself. So you need to be able to rely on your own guidance. And like I said, a lot of these people, their position is being challenged because, like I said, regardless of what they appear to be or what they claim to be, they're still a human being. And human beings do human things. You know, you're not beyond human mistakes, human error, all because you get to a certain state. Okay? So I feel like this position is being challenged to show us that these people are still human and they're not meant to be worshipped, that we need to detach from this guru position or following people that are in this position and tune back into our own hearts, tune back into our own soul, and seek the answers for ourselves, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some insight or some perspective, and I send you all my love, and I'll see you around for the next video. Take care.